Hello and welcome to this week's news bulletin from the Christian Institute. The Bishop of Salisbury has controversially accused supporters of traditional marriage of being equivalent to supporters of apartheid. The Rt Revd Nicholas Holtam has suggested that Christians need to rethink the Bible in the light of shifting social attitudes to homosexuality. In a letter to Lord Ali published in the Telegraph, the Bishop said, "Sometimes Christians have had to rethink the priorities of the gospel in the light of experience. No one now supports either slavery or apartheid. The biblical texts have not changed, our interpretation has." Bishop Holtam has also distanced himself from the Church of England's official position on same-sex marriage, saying, "Christian morality comes from the mix of Bible, Christian tradition and our reasoned experience." Meanwhile, the government, with the agreement of the Labour Party, has switched the date of the same-sex marriage vote in the Lords from Monday the 3rd of June to Tuesday the 4th of June. They fear the bill would have been defeated on the first day back after the recess. Lord Dear, a crossbench peer and former HM Inspector of Constabulary, is leading the opposition to the bill. He says the outcome of any vote on the measure is just too close to call. And senior Tory Baroness Farsi, who's a practising Muslim, has refused to help the government steer its proposals through the House of Lords. Coalition for Marriage campaign director Colin Hart says, "The government are clearly worried that we have a lot of votes on our side and that the bill is at risk of defeat. That is what the media are saying. Remember, if peers vote against the bill on Tuesday, the bill is defeated outright. But if that fails, there is still all to play for. There will be other votes in the Lords." TV shows such as X Factor and Britain's Got Talent are causing children to lose their innocence, a head teacher has warned. Speaking at the National Association of Head Teachers annual conference, Amanda Hulme criticised Britain's Got Talent for airing a performance of a song featuring explicit lyrics before the 9 p.m. watershed. She also said that other pre-watershed programmes are increasingly featuring adult themes, such as prostitution, rape, alcoholism and murder. Mrs Hulme, who is head teacher of a primary school in Bolton, said this is having a detrimental effect on children and told delegates, "I am genuinely concerned that childhood is being cut short. The toxic combination of sophisticated marketing, the media ratings war and added peer pressure linked to social media means that children are being subjected to adult themes at a much younger age." A primary school in America has come under fire for encouraging children as young as 5 to dress as the opposite sex for the day. It was part of a week of special events held at Tippecanoe School in Wisconsin. The school originally planned to call the voluntary event Gender Bender Day, but following complaints to the principal, it was changed to Switch It Up Day. Parents have criticised the school, describing the event as ridiculous and creepy, with many opting to keep their children at home for the day. Sam Ward said he didn't want his son to dress as a girl.
I think it's just teaching the wrong lesson about gender. You know, if you're a boy, stay a boy. You shouldn't have nothing like that done in school.
But the school's principal defended the event, saying it was only meant to be a bit of fun. Some news in brief, and Christian registrar Lillian Ladele has been denied an appeal by the European Court of Human Rights in what has been described as a sad day for liberty of conscience in Europe. Miss Ladele was claiming religious discrimination after being forced out of her Islington Council job because of her conscientious objection to conducting same-sex civil partnerships. 2 other Christians, Shirley Chaplin and Gary McFarlane, also had their applications for appeal turned down. A British man suffering from dementia has been helped to die at the Dignitas suicide clinic in Switzerland. The unnamed 83-year-old is believed to be the first to have an assisted suicide at Dignitas solely because of dementia. Pro-life group Care Not Killing have said that the case is alarming and shows the real agenda of those such as Lord Falconer who are seeking to change the law on assisted suicide. Ministers have been warned not to follow Portugal in liberalising drugs laws because it has led to an increase in their use. The warning comes from Professor Neil McKegney of the Centre for Drug Misuse Research in Glasgow. He said, "We must beware a drift towards further decriminalisation on the back of the Portuguese experiment." The comments follow Home Office Minister Jeremy Brown's visit to Portugal last week as part of an investigation into how drugs legislation is working in other countries. And finally, a fun-filled correspondence course is helping children as young as 4 to improve their understanding of the Bible. The Postal Bible School, based in Enniskillen in Northern Ireland, sends out study lessons to children in 20 countries around the world. The Bible lessons are completed and returned, with volunteers marking around 30,000 every month. Sam and Louise Barmer, who run the service, have seen an increase in demand for their study material, with Sam regularly having to travel overseas to coordinate a growing number of international centres to support the children.
I'm dealing with instructors that I go to train how to use the lessons, and a lot of them come from very difficult backgrounds, very poor backgrounds, especially in the developing world. A lot of the children have very little practically, and I suppose we see ourselves as coming alongside those that are providing the physical and material needs to children in orphanages and things like that, and we bring the spiritual dimension in the Bible lessons that we provide. And to go into those situations and sit down with the kids actually is a very emotional experience.
Well, that's all for this week. For more information and regular updates on all of our stories, plus much more, visit our website at christian.org.uk. Until next time, goodbye.